Okay. Hello, traders, Pip and Runners. This is Dr. Greg, and here's another edition of Pip and Run Asia. I'm your host and trader for tonight. And before we get started, let's go before the Lord in prayer. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for all the power and the glory that you have shown, all the favor that you've shown to us today, and the bountiful harvest that you've given us. Thank you for healing our bodies and restoring them. Thank you that by Jesus' stripes we were healed. And you said the prayer of faith will heal the sick, and God, you have raised us up. And everyone on the sound of my voice is experiencing healing and restoration in their mind, body, and soul in the name of Jesus, by Jesus' stripes. And we just thank you, Lord Father God, for the trades that we have before us. Open the eyes of our understanding that we may see winning opportunities and perfect timing, be able to take those opportunities and find them for the establishment of your kingdom and for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. There we go. And a big amen and amen. Got an amen from Steve. Awesome. And okay, so let's go ahead and share our screens and get here. It'll be a private recorded session. Okay. And that way we can stay focused in on all the secret goodies that we use in our trading. We can keep them under wraps with the people who have invested. Okay. First of all, we're going to start with my market heat map, my top secret way of finding currency pairs. See what's hopping, what's popping, what's dropping, what's not in the market. I know we'll probably edit this for others. My daughter is a talented video editor. I don't know where she gets that from. She's such a talented video editor. And let me go ahead and I'll share my screen. And we're going to share screen number 2. Smile big, look alive, ladies and gentlemen. Turn on the sound and share. There we go. My market heat map. There we go. You can get free access to one of 6 powerful heat maps at mymarketheatmap.com. It's my generous gift to you guys. The Forex Majors, what I use most of the time. I'm giving you access to it for free. Just go to www.mymarketheatmap.com. Scroll to the bottom, and you can see, here we go, Aussie dollar in, from the low that we played that breakout. It kept trucking up 0.85%. Kiwi dollar 0.59, 0.44. Our president did a wonderful job on the State of the Union speech. I watched the entire thing. It was excellent, and the markets responded positively, and to it as well. America is back on track. The glorious age of America is here, and I'm proud to be an American. Yes, wasn't that awesome? The U.S. hockey team, the 100-year-old fighter, the Korean War fighter, and the other guy. I mean, there was so much good things to celebrate our country about, right? Things that we can all rally behind, no matter what your political affiliation is. You can, the angel families especially, yes, and being able to rally around all that is good about America. I tell you what, we're not perfect, but guess what? In a basket full of dirty clothes, unless Jesus is here and his kingdom is here, America is the cleanest shirt in the basket. And I'm a patriot and proud of it. Okay, I will not be ashamed. Let me get off my soapbox. I can go on forever, right? Yeah. Don't let the color fool you, baby. I bleed red. All right. Stop. Shut up, Greg. Go ahead. Okay, we got that. Let's see. We got Aussie dollar and we gotta look at the economic calendar. That's the money, baby. The economic calendar. Show me the fund with. Oh my God, there's no Aussie dollar there. I was looking for. We do have the year. We have lots of euro data, which is good. That's why the euro is acting kind of fugly right now, right? So because is this moving sideways on the channel between like 118, 117.99 and 118.20. It's not breaking out soon, but when it does, after this inflation data, we should get a breakout. So without let's go to a lower, so the medium. Maybe we have some Australian data, medium term. No, okay. I'm really excited about Australian data. I'm 3 for 3 or something on that, right? I'm okay. So nothing there for economic. There's nothing on our economic radar till 5 a.m. and we will not be here. I will not be here at 5 a.m. You might be, but I won't. I've been asked to, but 5 a.m. Eastern time is like 2 o'clock my time. Nah, not gonna happen. Okay. Whoa! Nvidia reports earnings, revenue up 75%. Wow. And let's go ahead and look at the overnight market. Let's click overnight and let's look at U.S. happened. So again, we have a big bounce after the awesome State of the Union speech, up 0.2%. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 307.65 to 49,482, just off that 50,000 level, which we got 7 years earlier. S&P 500 up over 0.75%, touching that 7,000 level. NASDAQ up 1.25%, 23,152. Russell 2000 up as well, a little under 0.5%. And the fear index dropped from 19 we had, now it's like 17.93. So the fear index has dropped. And so, like I said, it was on heightened awareness, after the, ahead of the speech. The speech was at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that was right in the middle of our trading window. And that's why it was kind of choppy. Okay. Let's take gold. Let's take a dump. Gold and silver are both down slightly. Oil still elevated. We have the fleet out there off of the coast of Iran, and just waiting for the right time to topple another evil empire. Let's be quiet, Craig. And pre-market, I'm really weird today. I'm wearing my watch on my right hand, my bracelet on my left hand. I don't know what happened. It's like mirror Greg just walked out today, right? So hopefully, I know he'll trade well today. Okay, and some other headlines. Nvidia is a big thing. AI, still people think AI is going to. I saw that commercial for Alexa Plus, where, oh my God, she just took. I gotta be quiet because she's listening to me right now, and she was gonna kill that guy. She goes, the guy goes, oh, the A is going to kill us all, and she goes, oh yeah, well, and they showed all these examples of how the A could kill him, dropping the garage door on his head or closing the swimming pool lid over him, and all these things and all these scenarios, and then he orders him like a room service and a bubble bath and a scrub or something like that. And it's like, those other scenes when she was actually killing him, that doesn't I'm not upgrading, that's for sure. Okay, nothing. See, everybody is neutral about it. There's no bigger headlines here. Let's get to the charts. Okay, charts. I'm here in the charm, jink, and so what I've done is I'm going back to my old 30-minute. She's chiming here. Okay, okay, she's going. Dollar yen is chiming. What I do is I on my 30-minute chart, I put an alarm on my 30-minute on all time frames of all my stochastics. I put a 30-minute alarm because that's really the sweet spot. I love trading this, man. Steve, I mean, right here, right. When that price drops to that, now I get a trend line break and a color change, you're going to get like 7 hours of just up move from that, right? Or even back here. Now, I didn't have it because I'm like going, oh, it's going back after after the speech. We were kind of abnormal. Now we're like back to normal again, right? So I'm waiting for this to drop. I want this to drop right here. My T-ball. I'm ready. I am I am so ready for this thing to come on down. Come on down, like Bob Barker in the Price is Right. Why? Come on down. So I'm not gonna fight with this up here, I mean, it could keep going up, keep spiking up. I don't care. I'm gonna wait for my pitch. I'm gonna wait for that ball to come across the right across the like Ted Williams, right? I'm gonna be a Ted Williams. Ted Williams, the what was he? He was Atlanta Braves.
Hey, Doc, I just wanted to ask you. Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta, so I certainly remember that. I wanted to ask you, when you wait for that stochastic to go down in the to the bottom like that, and then you're ready to move on up with it according to the price action. Um, you know, on that way up, you're going to be in and out of the market, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna set. Let me get rid of all the drawn objects. Okay. And let's do.
I
Let's
thought
show
I'd
you.
chime in since it looks like it's just you and me.
Oh, yeah. This us chickens, right?
Okay,
Well, that's cool because this is
this
like almost like a podcast. I'm like
yeah,
Joe Rogan. And
and this
you turn.
yeah, this time is incredibly valuable to me. I wouldn't miss it for the world. But hey, to each their own, right?
Oh yeah, this is awesome. It's
But yeah, I was just wondering about that.
yeah.
How I realize that, and I see your point in that. That's when you get that position in the stochastic, and then your price action is verifying it. That's very strong for
Oh
that
yeah,
period of time. Yeah,
yeah. You get 1, 2. I mean, you get that pullback there, but this is your 1, 2. This is
right.
wave 1, wave 2.
Hmm.
Remember, we that's your T-ball right there.
Yeah, yeah. That's your retest, and then after that, it's off to the moon, right?
Yeah, it's all, and that repeats. And if you
Yeah,
only take that, I mean, that's what I'm, you know, and not take, this little janky stuff in the middle. You could, color change, whatever now, but that's like your grade A. That's the source, the
yeah,
beginning of the move. This is
right.
where this was trending around. I mean, this is the other one, but that was like the other. See on the other one right
Yeah,
there, that double bottom, right?
yeah,
And yeah, you could take that one, but I love this one, that retest right there, and
yeah.
that repeats itself, right? After a trend goes up, okay, and then it comes back down and gives you that 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 entry where you're here. If you're here, this is you say you enter on a trend line break color change right there. You're in this candle. There's a little bit of janky. You're gonna little when a trend starts, you're gonna get some retest, like it's gonna throw a wick at you, try to get you out,
Right.
right? But once you get escape velocity, get outside the Earth's atmosphere beyond the gravitational pull, well then it's a smooth sailing, right? And look, it just follows the stochastics up, right?
Hmm.
Follow it up, follow it up, follow it up. Let me put my moving averages on here. Where are you?
Now, when you saw that stochastic crossing up there, what do you start paying attention to a possible reversal, or how would you look at that?
Well, I'm in trend, right? Let me
Mhm.
add one more. All right. Really? And where are you? Okay, I gotta go. Oh, and Silver's doing it too. Okay, let me go settings, uh, title bar, status line. Okay, values and title. Okay, right. I get rid of all these settings. We have what color do you use for your 5?
I usually use white
Okay, I'll keep it standard.
because it's easy to see.
Okay, and then what do you use for your? What do you use, 8 or 9?
I use 9.
9. Okay, that's fine. Okay. And what color do you use?
I usually make that the blue color, or yeah, blue.
Okay, done. I'll make it a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then cool. Went away.
And
So,
really, that's pretty much what I'm using, except I will throw a 13 in there as
mm-hmm.
a possible border too. But
Oh, oh, okay. So you got visually Fibonacci numbers, right? 518,
yeah,
813.
yeah. And
I like that. I like that. Okay. Well, I get the 200. You know, I gotta have my 200 there
no,
too.
I have the 200, and then I like the 50 because the 50 gives you a more idea of your short-term trend.
50. Okay. We'll do that. You know, you are right here, indicators. And exponential.
And
15 to 13.
no, the third. I'm sorry, I wasn't using the 13. I'm using the 5, the 9, and the 20. And the reason why I use the 20 is because so many other indicators, like the Bollinger
Bollinger Band.
Band,
Mm-hmm.
20 seems to be a good borderline
Mm.
to consider.
Mm.
And that's
And
it.
what color do you use for that 20?
Usually orange or yeah, an orange or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Got that. And then click OK. And then what I'm going to do is get rid of, I don't want to see these things. I'm going to settings, get rid of the titles, get rid of values, click OK.
You can see on your 1 minute that the 50 is not a bad indicator of that short trend.
Yeah. They came out. Let me space. But oh yeah, question. We're at the beginning of this. Why why are we so far away? Because we have to that. You know, you break all the and you break all of that cleanly, and now you're in trend. If this is all you see, right? And look at you've got all the. I mean, almost like stochastics divergence, almost the same low in price and higher low in stochastics, and then your histogram is trending up, and then it just breaks, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that time was 8:30. That was 8:30. That was New York, the New York Open, and I was not awake at
Well,
5.
I agree with you. I'm a 9 owl, but I'm going to readjust when we start doing the 50 to 15
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I'm going to have to too. Yeah, because yeah,
It's
because
about, there's no more powerful movement. At least I can't see any movement in any markets that's as powerful as New York. Consistently, I'm saying.
right, because so you can catch. See, I'm looking for. See, this thing is still it's decreasing in momentum. It's going to fall eventually, but if you try to short it, you're just going to. It's like a losing game.
Yeah.
Trying to pick that.
So
But I
what
just
would
don't.
you do? Just wait for your up movements and just get out when you got a red candle going on in a retraction there?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, stochastics will go up from let's say we got in on that, and then see I would go. I think I did get out. I did really. I did get out right. So I would have gotten out here,
Uh-huh.
right? See,
Yeah.
momentum dropped anyway, so
Right.
I'm moving sideways. I'm trying to suck chicken bones here. I got the big meat move right here, right?
Yeah. And you can
Whoa.
see that's showing on your histogram too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the histogram was dropping. Yeah, it did go a little bit higher, but I'd rather been here flat, fat, and happy rather than trying to stick this out, right?
Yeah, another issue is when you don't see enough separation between that 9 and 5 and 9, or the 9 and 13, one's using. That has to be there to really know that you've got, for me anyway, to know that the momentum's going to be there. And I know sometimes you might be a little late, but if you wait a little bit for that separation to show, you know it's going to go up or go down, whichever way the market's going. But that separation, and I think I've heard you say that too. When you see that separation in the MACD,
Angle of separation, yep.
yeah, and I think that works with the EMAs too. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so
Because that's what MACD is, moving average convergence, divergence,
Right.
right? It's in the name. So the MACD is, it is just a specialized moving average, a 12, 26, and 9, and they do a lot of weird stuff to it. And like it's a 12 period moving average,
Yeah.
or 26 period moving average with a 9 filter crossing a 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he built it from moving averages.
I've often thought there might even be the possibility of trading only with MACD crossovers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you see back tests of the MACD, there's a MACD EA or expert advisor inside of that comes standard in MT4.
Yeah.
And if you run the back test on it, it's crazy. It does like 1,000% or something.
Wow.
But the problem is, when the MACD crosses and counter trend or something, that's when you get to it.
Oh yeah.
But let me look at that. I mean, you took MACD positive crossover. You're late. It's also late too. The crossover is here, and the move started here.
No, that's why I use 535 and 5. It really aligns those crossovers on the MACD more consistently with the EMA and the color change crossover.
535 and
5.
oh wow, you got that's
Yeah,
right.
give it a shot.
Let me give it. Okay, keep EMAs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see how much more it aligns up with the stochastic and your
Oh yeah, if you took that short cross,
yeah.
oh that's butter. That's free money.
That's what I try to look for, these simultaneous crossovers.
Okay, I'm so good. Let's save template. I'll put A in front of it so it'll be at the beginning. There you go. You go down history as a in when we have our physical. I always envision a physical building at Lee Travis University, kind of looking like Hogwarts or Harvard or Princeton or Yale, a big wrought iron gate, ETU, and having a gallery of statues of past students. What they've contributed to the ETU.
At least a plaque on the wall, right?
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to cast a bronze statue of you, and then we'll have like Andre K, the $8 million trader, and Marco and Sean and Adrian of all their cool tools. The Toolman Award. I mean, I love this tool that Sean introduced. This the Financial Juice. You get all this like news feed, and it has like a tick thing where you can like listen to the market. You can actually hear it tick. It'll start ticking.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay's asking if this is being recorded. I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Who's that? Who's
Jay?
that?
Jay's
Yeah,
asking.
oh yes, it's recording. We are recording. I need to upload. Do better. I have all them saved, but I have not uploaded them. That's the issue. I need to get in
really
there and
quite a sight.
Yeah.
I also like that market sentiment site that you gave us.
Oh yeah, that one is better.
Yeah.
Where is that? Here. Yeah, because that Aussie yen was like 1% were long and 99% were short. I'm like, come on now.
They were right on that one, right?
Yeah, now it's 7%, 93% are short. Aussie, Aussie. Oh no, that's Aussie dollar. Aussie yen. I don't see it up here anymore. AUD JPY. No. Can I put it in there? AUD JPY. It's probably up there. Okay. But no sentiment. Okay. All right. But no, pound yen's at 10%. Aussie dollars at 7%. Aussie dollar, Aussie CAD too. Let's check a look. Aussie CAD, Aussie dollar. Yeah, let's get out of here. It's not going to happen. They got news coming up. Right. Oh, look at that one. Look at that. Oh, I'm pointing this right. That was. I gotta remove. Yeah, this is R. Yeah, look at that pullback. Where was I? 6:30. That was 3:30 a.m. I was asleep. I tell you what, though, I'm gonna put my this thing was chiming too. I had my stochastic. The alarm went off, but I didn't wake up for it. Greg, wake up, big money. Greg, wake up, big money. Oh, tick tick tick. You hear it? It's like a woodpecker. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these settings. What are you doing here? Status line trading. Get rid of the execution marks. Looks like a porcupine with all the execution marks. So I mean that's that right there, right here. Oh, come on now. It's like free money. I know it's not a compliant risk thing kind of say, but come on now. You're just saying if I were awake and I saw color change, green candle, stop below the low. If I had a stop right there, I would not have gotten triggered, right? My risk to reward is 4-1. Well, look, 7.55 to 1 risk to reward. So this is all I saw. Trend line break, MACD cross.
Hey, is that MACD on your old settings?
Oh, it is my old setting.
Try those other settings and see.
That's why I saved it. Oh, there it is. The MACD was like going, we're so used to. Oh.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Dang, bro. That's fire. That's straight fire.
Yeah. You can see it on that big rise right there. The MACD cross and the Stoke are just right in line.
Oh yeah. Now. Pay me. Hit me. Yeah. And look over here. Woodpecker's pecking. Okay, that's going to bother me. I'm going to turn it off. It's red. So it must be sell orders coming in. Oh, man. It's really coming through. Do you hear it?
Yeah. Sounds like a woodpecker that gets on top of our house sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Look, oh, my goodness. It's really working because you can take a look at the euro. It's dropping like a rock. That's why I didn't want to get into it. I'm like going, nah. This thing is shaky, quaky.
Hey, if you go on your chart and do a right press, a menu will come up, and see where it says reset chart view. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go messing with your price and all that.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it changes it immediately.
Thank you.
No problem.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. Oh man, I think it dropped off and we heard it too. There's stochastic. Oh, it hasn't dropped on us. He hasn't. See what I'm saying over here? It's still green, but now you got divergent. You have stochastics divergent. You have clear stochastics divergence. Higher high in price and lower high in stochastics. They expect that thing to roll over.
Well, see, this is what I like about the EMAs, because you can see you've got divergence, but your EMA is still going up,
Yeah,
acting as a borderline. So
right.
until it crosses that EMA, I wouldn't get, I don't get too concerned. Once it starts crossing, of course, I
Right.
I just like
Yeah,
to.
because it's hanging in there above three EMAs that are angle and separation. They're spreading like the hand, like fingers spreading, right?
Yeah,
And you could did color change, trend line break, and scalp that with
it might start turning now, up here a little more.
yeah,
But
1 2 3 A, 1 2 3 B, and then C later, and then maybe our first you know break of structure is 1803.
yeah,
Ooh, look at that. Yeah. You try to trace divergence that's not confirmed,
yeah.
you get smoked. But this could be A, B, and C. Structure change at 118.13. Usually, if the euro's kind of screwing around, maybe the dollar yen is getting ready to. Oh, let's see if Mr. Woodpecker. I guess the high pitched one is bullish, and the low pitched one is bearish. And they've got some other things. They got oil, Bitcoin on the S&P 500. I'm sure at New York Open, this thing is probably crazy. You want to shoot that thing up. Okay. Meanwhile, go back here. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep. Oh no, that's dollar yen. No. Dollar Swiss is already diving. Well, I mean, this looks shortable, but we've got all this support right here. A descending triangle. You break below 77.17. I don't know any of this. Silver. Let me reset this. Gold. It seems like my computer is so not used to your settings. It's like, oh, what do I do? All right, it's still there. Oh, I found out why it was acting up. I was logged in at another computer.
Yeah.
I had 3 instances of TradingView, so it shut my thing down because I
Look,
thought it was
look.
sharing.
Let me, before you move your crosshair, look at it right now on your 15-second chart. Go right down to where color change happened, and your Stoke and your MACD all lined
Here.
up. No, over towards the, yeah. No, one more right there. See, run that. If you look right down to the,
Oh yeah, broke. Ah yeah, you got the
you see what I'm
peak
saying?
crossover and all lines up, right?
All lines up on those settings.
Oof. Let's see. Trend line break, color change. I don't trade. This is gold, huh? Let's it's pushing back. Yeah, rejection. There, red candle sell, trend line break. Take profit at the old low, maybe. Well, that's a lot. I can skip back to this part. Right? Let's see. Oh, okay. Small body candle. South side break short at 51.83. You have no separation. The MACD has no separation. Okay, move my. Okay. Last swing high is here. That's a. I'm gonna go for that. I need to go. I'm gonna take profit down there. All right, it's 2-1. Oh, I don't want to do that. Go, drop. According to Steve, drop. There was a cartoon that my girls and I used to watch called Steven Universe.
I missed that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a. It's kind of what. Oh, well, there you go. I invoked the name of Steve. There we go. Steven Universe is interdimensional friends.
I feel like I'm in another dimension sometimes.
Yeah, his last name is Universe. His dad drives like a converted 1970s van.
Hey, on your 15-second chart, what's to the left a little bit? Because it looks like the divergence signal. Yeah, and we did. See right there?
Yeah.
Double top. And if you
A,
look
B,
at
C, right.
stochastic and even your MACD, you had a tremendous divergence showing there.
Yeah. And a flat ABC correction, which is like, oh my goodness, this thing's going to blow to the upside. It's like, oh yeah, A, B, C. No, we need 1, 2, 3 down. I just need to get break even, get out of this. I don't like this, especially with this hooking up too. Oh, like almost got out for 0. Oh, take it out. I'm out. Get out. Close. Goodness. Now it wants to drop, right? See, retesting that low again, 51.81. Below the moving averages, the nest. Are you familiar with Guppy? The Guppy moving averages?
No. What are those?
Yeah, it was like it was just a nest of moving averages.
Oh, I've seen indicators like that.
Yeah, it's Guppy. Or I don't know why they call it. I think the guy's last name was Guppy, but it's like the 100, the 50, the 34, the 5, the 8, the 55, right?
Yeah.
And it's following this band, and when it breaks the blue band, and then now it's in the bearish band, right? The Guppy.
Yeah, I don't know.
The more I don't know, more complexity. There's more stuff to break.
It seems like you could use the 2 inside bands and leave the rest.
I mean, look at that. Ooh, 3D. Like it's like you're on mushrooms or something, So I'm like you're on like heroin, you're on like a trip. Like, dude, I see psychedelic, man. Far out, bro.
I did grow up in the 60s.
Right. Yeah, I had a couple of toes in the 60s, 66. I mean, I was 3 in 69, so 4. So 3 years old. See that triple bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Right. It should get at least back to the old high. It's above the Steve index.
Well, also, are you counting on that because of the upward trend on the left on your 30-minute?
Yeah, we got one green candle on the 30 up.
So
Stochastic.
that,
Oh, we actually got stochastics crossing too. Oh, this thing's going to go to the moon. Yeah, this is
right on.
actually going to be a good trade, huh?
So that's why you feel confident that it'll reach that old high.
Yeah. Oh, woodpeckers. Well, it's all either selling the dollar or buying the dollar. So everything starts flaring up. If gold is going up, that means the dollar is getting weaker. And that means the euro. They're all kind of like correlate. People, I'm going to diversify. It's like, nah, you're kind of like doing the same thing. You're short dollar, buying something else, right? Yeah. Come on, let's do this. They pay me. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that MACD is starting to turn up.
Oh yeah, look at that. Cobra coming up out of the basket. And this is the 30-minute too. 30-minute hook on gold. Ah, snooky sooky. Oh, old high. I just cruise on this baby. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5.
It's amazing to see almost $500,000 up there at the top.
There we go. Now I might chicken out and take my 15,000 and say, you know what? Whatever. Oh, but it won't let me out. Oh, okay. It's hard to move lots when they're that big. Oh. Yeah, you have old resistance right there. It'll probably stall out there like it did, but it's gonna come back and break it. I just didn't want to. You're in a car and you're running toward the. See those movies where, in the old days, when the cars ran into a chain link fence, they break it. These new movies, I saw one where the car hit the fence and the axle came out from underneath.
Yeah, I think you're listening to Sammy more. Remember, she
Like,
said you were holding your retractions too long.
yeah, the retracements, yeah. So I said, let me go. I mean, see, look, right? Because I can always get back in and draw a trend
Yeah,
line across the top,
sure.
right? You know, I was this one guy. We used to have a guy in the group. He signed up for a private session. I said, "We want your private session to be." He goes, "Well, I want to trade with you." Okay, let's trade. And I would get in and then I would get out. He goes, "Why did you hold it?" Because it's getting ready to fall. Why would you want to hold it? I get. He wasn't a pip and run student. He was someone who was just booking a strategy call with me, and that's why I used to do this coaching calls.
Well,
But
it's probably harder for somebody to grasp this if they're used to swing trading.
Right. They say, why did you get out? There's an uptrend. I'm like going, what does this just happen? Oh, it fell. Well, notice I'm not in it, and notice I have money. Well, I just don't understand why. It's like, okay.
Count the
You need
money.
to enroll in Pip and Run. It's called Pip and Run. I am running away.
It's not pimp and stay.
No. You stay, you turn gray. Unless you go, I mean, if I'm heavy, so I'm not going to stick too long.
Sure.
Yeah. If I were lighter, like if I had, a 1.1 or something like that, I'd hold on to it.
Well,
$100.
if that were the case, what would be your time to get out then?
Well, it would break a structure, color chain,
Yeah.
I get a color change or break below, because as long as I get higher highs and higher lows, I'm cool. The moment I get a lower low, a lower high,
Right.
nah, it's bad, right?
Yeah.
So, like this is pulling back. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm probably gonna. Well, see, that's a long wick. See, they got the fishing expedition, where they're like maybe try to fish the people who saw structure and they throw a wick down there, just knock them out,
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I give it 2 candles. What's going on, Woody Woodpecker? Oh, it's red. Yeah, you can tell by the. See, everything is selling dollar, or these people taking profits on there.
Once again, you can see on the stochastic and the MACD how well those crossovers line up.
Yeah. There's no
Very little, difference.
very little lag.
That's why I like that MACD setting of 535 and 5.
Mm-hmm. So we got this upturn on the. I mean, that thing is solid turn though. Yeah, lower low in price. Stochastics made a higher low. So this was an A, B, C. So let's see if we get a wave 1, 1, 2. Lots of lows here. 5184. MACD below the 0 line. All your little. So, do you take into account the higher time frame versus lower time frame?
I do. I try to, and it just looks well. It looks like it's turning now. It just might have been a little bit of a little see you later.
Yeah,
More.
well, ABC, a little bit. Yeah, extended C. See, isn't it cool we speak the same language? Yeah, I mean, you saw it, ABC. So yeah, look, we'll see you later, right? You'd be like, what's that? Like, you've been here for like 5 years. You still don't know what a see you later is.
No, I'm getting the lingo.
Yeah, you got you capiche? No capiche? You capiche?
Well, out here it's more si senor.
See more. Yeah. He's like, habla español. Como se dice. I tell you what, that the Mexican food in California, because when I moved to Texas, I thought, oh wow, we're gonna be right over Mexico. There's really great food. The Mexican food is like Tex-Mex. They put cheese whiz and everything. And I go, I miss the California. And I saw a Mexican lady. I go, I'm gonna take a chance. I go, are you Mexican? She goes, yeah. I go, why is the food Mexican food Texas different than the Mexican food in California? So she goes, I'm from California, And because Tijuana has a different type of food than the rest of Mexico.
Yeah.
Even the Tex-Mex has a cheese whiz, but a lot of the Mexico in the center part is like we have Southern food, New Orleans food, we have
I like California Mexican food. It's really good.
Oh my! Well, see, we have a place in Texas called San Diego Tacos, and I go, this place knows that they are different, and we went there, and sure enough, San Diego Tacos tastes just like California Mexican food that you find in California.
Yeah.
But a lot of Texas people don't go there. They go to because they like Texas Tex-Mex. It says Tex-Mex. San Diego Tacos does not say Tex-Mex. It says San Diego Tacos, right? So that's where we would go for refuge. But here in Las Vegas, everything is California Mexican food.
Yeah.
Which is
when I lived in Phoenix, we had a little home deal where this Mexican lady and gentleman had a little business, and they made the real deal, man, the real Mexican
real deal
food.
Holyfield, huh?
And it was really good. We'd go over there and eat lunch quite a bit.
But just like Mama never used to make, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was married to a Mexican lady, but she was from Mexico City.
Okay.
So they call her, they call people from Mexico City Chilangas. And I go, great, this food's be great. And their food, like, this is not like California Mexican food. He goes, oh yeah, that's TJ food. Wait, I wanted to marry. Wait a minute.
Can I get an annulment?
Yeah, can I get a mulligan, a do over here? Because my whole thing is I thought I go, okay, she could be some stuff. I go, okay, this is okay, but I know the real stuff is coming later on, right? No. He goes, what's up with all this stuff? She goes, oh, no, you thinking about the Tijuana food. No, I mean, lots of red sauces and mole and shredded, the ropa de lingua, and, this, it's like, wow, boiled stuff, boiled potatoes, a lot of boiled stuff. I'm like, fajitas? No, that's TJ food. Like, okay.
They're leaving out some of the best dishes there.
Yeah. We don't eat that stuff. What? Really? Come on now. That was pretty good, huh? Turn line break. C, air 1, B or 2, C or 3.
It's catching up with that green candle on the left.
Yeah, going inside. Let's go. Oof. Pull back. Okay. Oh, it's going back again, right? Seesaw.
If you get a full crossover on that MACD, it might go down a little more.
See, it does look, if you look at this pattern here, right, and look at this in the same, it's doing the same pattern like over and over again.
Yeah, that is true, huh?
See, look at that one.
Yeah.
Bump, 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 bump. All right. But see, there's a gap. You see how price gap down here?
Yeah.
Full on major gap. So it hasn't filled that yet. And that's like, please, like that. And then you see it on the other side, closing like a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, moving over. This is a matter of time before we fill the gap. I should copy that way I can just paste it. Oh, no. All right. Oh, yeah, where it was here, right? I'll put a line right there. And line it up.
Well,
So
that'd be nice.
yeah, right there, 52.31. Pay me.
Looks like it's on its way.
Moving on up, like George and Reason. See, once it crosses here, then it starts twisting above. You got the stochastics pop, then it starts twisting. It was like above 81, 85, 80. I tell people, I said, look, you can just trade your high leverage account versus getting a prop account. I just saw a message where this guy, another guy on Apex, he passed the 30% the consistency rule. To make more than 30% in your account in one day, they don't give you a payout. They won't pay you out.
Yeah, I tried a couple, and so much rules, and it just wasn't for me. That's why I'm going to do this thing with you. I think it's a much better way to go. Just do a small account, build it up, compound.
Yeah, and once you get it to a certain level, then you can employ more of the standard risk control things, because I've been going through with ChatGPT and, like say, okay, what would be, it says, well, you're doing, if every trade is right and you're making 20% per trade, basically, and that's kind of unrealistic. I go, okay, what's realistic? Well, blah, blah, blah. So I said, you give me a spreadsheet. It gave me 31 trades starting at $50. The ending balance was $68. $68.17. I go, and you telling me, ChatGPT, human beings, how excited are they going to be about making $18.07 in 31 days? And then they came back and goes, well, that's 36% return. I go, 36%. Yeah, it is 36% return, and it's consistent based on rules and things like that. So you can sell the course on how to be consistent for 31 days, as opposed to being a snake oil salesman and selling $15,000. It's like, I'm not a snake oil salesman. I've done it. I've turned 70 to 10,000. I've had guys turn thousands to. I turned 2,000 to 8 million. Right?
Yeah.
My guy turned 300,000 to 72 million, or 78 million. So it's kind of, but they're programmed. They're not programmed for those type of possibilities, though. Right? Oh my goodness! I hit that sucker. As soon as I put the trade on it, hit me. Hit it, baby. Hit me. Oh, you go. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm not putting the trade here, though. Well, I'm putting it in another account. I have another account going. Oh, and it's not filling me. Oh, snap. Not filling way at the top. See, it's filling the gap, right?
Yeah.
See, you find C,
That's
the holy grail. You find C, you're done. You find a C every day.
You mean the beginning of a C?
Yeah, the C, end of C.
End of C.
End of C, that becomes a 1, 2. And you find that 2, find the C, and then find the 2. Good night. That's the holy grail.
Yeah.
Well, there's no rule. No, it's like, no, because if it folds in 5 waves down or 3 waves down, A, B, C, right, and you get a big loop back, these either 3 or C, and since it did make a new low, that's not 5, so it must be 2. It's either 5 or 2. Remember, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's always divergence on 5. There's no divergence here. That thing makes a higher low. That's A, B all day long. That's 1. That's 2. It's a 2.
Yeah.
And if it's a 2, 3 is never your shortest wave. So with your risk reward, you're going to get at least a 5-to-1 risk reward on this thing, right? Because you're catching the beginning. If you're catching the end of C, it starts the beginning of a 5-wave pattern, right? And 3 is never the shortest wave. So if it's never the shortest wave, you're just the probability is that you're going to get if you get back to the old high, so you're looking at least a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But if you go to the height of the actual gap, well then that makes it what 5.1 to 1. So every dollar you risk, you make 5.
That's a great return.
Oh yeah, all day long. And how many times could you be wrong with a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio? Right. That's the and if you look at anyone who's still professional trader or whatever trader is, and they'll say, "Oh, I had this run, I caught this here." And if you look at it, it's always going to be a C12. That's where you get your 5-to-1. 10. You get 10x. You get 10x. Why? Because you're getting your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're catching it from 0 to 5. You're catching the average daily range, and the average daily range of the currency pair is 100 pips. So you're going to catch. You could catch 90 to 100 pips on something like this, right?
Yeah.
So like, the end of C is 144. Look, 144 is a low of C, and look at the gap high is 52.30, right? So that's 80 pips, 78 pips, right?
Yeah, it's $780 on one contract.
Mm-hmm. And your risk is like, it's got to break that 2, and according to Elliott, wave 2 can't be
You can't go lower than the start of 1.
right. So I mean, that's what I'll back up the truck on that, right? Because
yeah,
you can't say back up the truck because it's it's compliance and stuff like that. But for all intents and purposes, they say Elliott Wave theory. It's a theory. It's not really proven. Blah blah blah. But you can prove it all the time when you trade. I mean, the guy studied 75 years of price data.
Well, I have to admit, I've looked at a lot of Elliott stuff, and I think the way you simplify it makes a hell of a difference.
Oh
And,
yeah,
that's really important too, because you can get lost in Elliott Wave if you go over analyze it.
Yeah, that's why I tell people don't look at external stuff. Not that I'm proud or trying to be locked down in a gatekeeper. I'm like going, you're just gonna. I was there. We actually bought a subscription to Elliott Wave International. A bunch of guys on the floor. It was like we put like $120 each in, and we lost money. And after that, didn't have nothing to do with Elliott Wave. One guy on our floor. Oh, I'll keep the subscription if you don't guys not going to pay. Like, I'm not paying to lose, bro. Everything that they put out was a loser, and the losers were because they confused a wave B for a 4, right?
Yeah.
Big loop MACD 3, but they ain't use MACD. They didn't use that. They have their own oscillator. So basically, they call this right here a 3. This is a 4, and told you to buy with the target right here, right?
Yeah.
And that's the mistake. And that's why people run away from Elliott for this one reason. They'll say, buy the pullback. You buy the dip, and you're the dip. Place your stop below the low. You get long on a break. And this is not 3. This is C or 5. And this thing goes A, B. It fishes you in. Yeah. And then, boom, drop. Right? If you have no stop, you're wiped out. If you put a stop below, you're a loser. But then they would find all of these supposed 3, 4, 5s, and they're all 5 A, B, Cs. Right? So this thing is pulling back pretty hard, man. All right. 3, 4, 5, ABC. Why did I put 3? Did I put 3 lots in on this thing? It's kind of buggy because I thought I put 1. And I thought I'd limit it out. Okay. All right. I'm not going to put any more on. I love it, Steve. You don't understand, bro. I give you a big hug, big bear hug, big man hug, you know.
I'm gonna get out there to Vegas one of these days.
Yeah, come on out. I got a spare bedroom. You can stay at Elite Traders University headquarters.
Sounds like a blast. Hey, on that chart, on your 5-minute chart to the left, that big down move, could that be considered an impulse down?
You know what? Oh, A, B, C.
Yeah.
You could. There is a
5 that didn't make it all the way,
I mean, so let's say I'm looking at it. It's weird because you've got this. Okay, let me remove all drawings here. Okay. I said remove all drawings. Oh, I moved indicators. I made a template. Okay. So this is, because you gotta have an alternative count in your back pocket. Oh, is it 8 o'clock? Oh, yeah, it's 8 o'clock money train. Oh my God. Yeah, or an alternative count, right? You could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. Okay, that's ABC. The other count will snap. Yep. The alternative count. 1, 2, 3, ABC, 4, and 5. That would suck, right? And we're having a structure change. No. Bail. Yeah. ABC. Stop loss above the high. Fibonacci expansion. Yeah. Terminate the 100% expansion. Oof. What am I? 30-minute? Wait. Oh, that's right. You gave me this thing, right? What made you ask that question?
Well, I thought I saw maybe an alternate count, and I just wanted to test it by you.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, because we have a structure change.
No, I got the importance of that alternate count a few meetings back, and it's valid. Sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta have that in there. Where the BOS break of structure. Or we're gonna be wrong or right.
Yeah.
And you can find where that, and you can find out, is that revenge trades? Oh, you go back into the market and you revenge trades. Like, no, you stand back and go, okay, what was the structure and what has changed, right?
Yeah.
You know, like Matrix, it's a trap, right? It was a something has changed in the Matrix. So what has happened? Something has changed. We're not making new highs. We're making lower lows.
I never seem to feel revenge trading on a particular instrument. If I lost, the revenge trading is, well, I need to look for something new I can make money on and go make some money now that I lost money. Rather than, oh, let me stick with this instrument until I make it pay me.
Right. But sometimes they're stop, or let's say you get stopped out on it. The stop is information, right? It's it's not. You say it's a loss, and it can tell you that, hey, you need to find something else because it's inconclusive. It's a puzzle, or it says, okay, you broke this level. I'm telling you that I want to go down, right? So it's kind of like you gotta.
I think I've learned that from you.
Yeah.
You move on.
Yeah, move on. It's a puzzle, but ABC puzzle to on a 4, that's got to make a lot of money south side, right?
Yeah.
Because it terminated the 100%. This is your Gartley, your ABC pattern, the pattern 222, where this is, where Gartley actually labels it differently. He starts here, right? And maybe go 15. Won't stop. Move all the lines. Okay. Yeah, we get that 3, that you get that ABC like that, where line A, B, and line C, D are equal, the equal wave pattern, and it terminated at 100% expansion. That's corrective. And so, I mean, they could do something crazy, kind of like get all the Elliott Wave people out. They know where the levels are, right? They're
Probably programmed into their algorithms.
Right. Yeah, those guys are all gonna come in here. We're gonna push it right here, right? Oh, now this is going up, right? MACD with a 0 line. We're back. Okay, what? Small body inside day candle inside the 15-minute chart. The 15 is really pushing up. Well, we're in doubt if it breaks above the high, that's going to be it. And it could be a fishing expedition. Might throw another wick up there to get you out, right? But above the high, a little bit above the high. Ugh. Oof. Called suck the Gartley people in. Those are the 5-minute. I mean, it's bullish with the MACD above the 0 line. We made a lower high. We get below 51.82. It's almost like baiting people in for a long. Oh, the euro seems to be breaking up above 1820. Okay, let's come back down. Got below the oof. Was this ABC drop? What? Seems like we should have another 5-minute candle by now.
Yeah, I would have expected it to turn red by now, but it hasn't.
There we go. We have Euro's heading up. Aussie's heading up. While we go over to the yeah, something we get the countdown. Countdown walking in truly template. With a way of getting like a countdown clock. A bar countdown. Alerts. Events. Canvas. Or go to the scales of lines. No, I don't know. Oof. Got a new candle. It's a bullish candle. Okay, I'm out of this. This is frustrating. Ouch. I don't like that. Let's leave that alone. Let's go. Look what's going on. Oh, there we go. Really? This is like so much easier to trade, you know? Oh snap.
Okay, in this situation with the out of US, what would you do? Wait for a pullback?
Yeah, I'll look for a pullback, look for red. It just ran so far, you know?
Yeah, you were talking about a trade like this, it might be exhausted after this much movement.
Right, it's kind of an old trend. Okay. I mean, we have higher highs in MACD. So we think that we have that's a pretty good symbol there. Oh, stop. Oh my God. I hit the wrong. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to the 30. Oh, yeah. Big problem could be. The euro is really moving. That's going back. Where are we? That's the euro. This is Aussie. Aussie's pulling back. Gold. Did it ever do what it was supposed to do? Just moving sideways. Okay. Wow. Just pulling back. Well, right. I could stop down here. On to stop. Old trend.
Now, would that down move qualify as an ABC down?
Looks like it, where we have this A, B, C
So
terminating at.
we might have a turnaround and have an impulse up, possibly, hopefully.
Yeah. Is you'll see our MACD on their higher time frame is pointing straight up like there's no tomorrow. So let's see. Do you hold 71.32 or oversold? Our 5-minute chart is very solidly green, but we're inside the wick of right there. That dotted line here is where we are eating into the candle right now. Okay. Our 30-minute. It's a little divergence, a really big high in price, lower high in momentum. Yeah, I'm going to have to.
What do you see in the Fibonacci on the 15-second? It looks like I can't see the numbers, but okay, now it looks like it's getting a little past 50%.
Yeah.
If it turns at 618, what would that mean for you?
I mean, usually the higher the retrace, the stronger the move is, because you got traders who are interested in the discount, but they're not interested in this. They're not interested,
Looks like we just hit the 618.
Right. Oh, we pushed right through it. Yeah. So something.
So do you think we have a trend change happening here?
Let's see. Let me check CNBC. Something's going on. If it drops that fast during Asia, something's going on. So, usually when you get a real fast move like that, somebody said something. Let me go.
That was pretty quick.
Well, that was released at 7:30. Expenditure quarter-on-quarter actual 0.4. Forecast call for 0. Previous was 6.4. Better than expected, but the previous number was 6.4. It was some Australian news. That's 8:30. What time zone are we in here? I have New York time zone on the computer. So the dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar then. Oh, 88. The 88.6 smooth jazz. Smooth jazz. 88.6 FM. The last Fibonacci for last resort. Actually went all the way down for a double bottom.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's look at the dollar index, the DXY. All drawings. So dollar index is coming alive. That's the 30-minute dollar index. dollar 30-minute is that's bullish stochastic divergence there. We need a confirmation with the break of the trend line, but you got a falling wedge. This is really messy. What's going on here? Yeah, this was Kiwi collapsed. Pound collapsed. Dollar CAD rose. Dollar Swiss rose. Euro dropped. Oh, puzzle place. Where's our 30? Yeah, good times ahead, right? Tell. All right, let's check the cross rates. Everything. Oh, the yen didn't really help. It was nice from 10 a.m. all the way up until that 16:30, the 4:30. And it's been dropping ever since. How about pound yen? I think all the yen pairs are getting crushed. Yep. Aussie yen, CAD yen, pound yen. And that's one's been Kiwi dollar, but they've all fallen severely. Euro CAD. That's a janky chart there. Euro Aussie. In a down decline, but it's rallying off the lows, which is negative for the Australian dollar. Oh, that looks like it's heading back down. Let's see. Go back to Aussie. Let's see. Yeah, if I want that. I want. This is what I want. And everything else is like guesswork, right? It crosses here. It kind of worked its all the way down, right? I'm not confident in the short unless I get below your moving averages here on the 30-minute.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you with your 30-minute chart on the left. You still feel positive about it. It's going to come back up, of course, right?
Yeah, but you've got these small body candles. Oh, yeah, remove all this. Remove all drawings. Okay. So you got a long wick. You're bearish against the wick.
Yeah.
And then you have a small body candle inside a large body candle. Usually it's negative. So I was positive on that move up to here, right?
Yeah.
And everything else after that, because this is like a 3, sideways 4, 5, divergence, new high in price, lower high in stochastics. I'm leaning toward a short. 15. See, 15 is already 5. 5 is already kind of. Oh, look at look at that.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't think I want to. And then okay. Remember, he didn't say anything about the tariffs. This is, if the tariffs are still in play, the dollar gets stronger. I think we might have just got a little
He did say he had alternate ways to enforce the
imposed.
tariffs, so
Right.
maybe so.
Yeah, he he tore the Supreme Court justices, and Fox News had the camera right on as he was talking to him.
Oh man.
How they could keep a straight face, I was like, couldn't be me. I would like cover my eyes or something, look at my phone. The justices and then the military people sitting across, I guess they're not partisan. They can't clap for certain things, right?
Yeah. They're supposed to be neutral.
Right.
But
But if it was,
I've never seen a president emphasize faith as much as this one has lately.
oh my God, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And not faiths, but faith.
Exactly. Right. That's what our nation needs.
That's what built it, right?
Yeah.
If it was built on it, it's an old saying: "When in Rome, do as the Romans do."
Well, so you mentioned not too long ago. Of course, we're not perfect, but our documents steer us towards more perfection. That's why we were able to end slavery and went against our founding documents. I don't even know how it got started. You know what I mean? Where were the Christians who would have stood up and said, "Hey, this is against the scripture"?
Well, the Quakers did.
Yeah, true.
The Quakers did, and a lot, John Brown and those guys, they stood up. They don't really do a lot of history, because I went through the education system, and I had to go through alternative books to find out, hey, every white person was a slave owner, and there was people helping. There was white people who were endangering themselves, getting hung and killed and burned, teaching slaves how to read and helping them escape. Right. I think
a lot of what the Civil War was about, abolishing the slavery.
I wasn't told that. See, when I mentioned that when I was in junior high, I remember having a fight with a Japanese teacher. He was a Japanese guy who was, he was Americanized, and he was a history teacher. I said the fight was over slavery. He goes, "No, it's not. It was about keeping the Union together."
Well, they wanted to do that, but at the same time, our founding documents really were antithetical to the promotion or keeping slavery in action. I mean, it was just completely against our documents of liberty and freedom. Made no sense. And eventually, because of our founding documents, it was ended. And that's what we have to remember about our country. We might get off track, but if we stick to our founding documents, we'll get back on track.
Oh yeah, just like any company. Companies have mission statements and vision statements, and I even asked when I worked with the brokerage, and I'm like, I read all the corporate stuff and stuff. I go, and I asked the CEO during conference. I said, what's the vision statement, mission statement for our company? And he said in French, that's BS. We don't need that. And I go, okay. It's like, we wrote it down somewhere, and we can find it and give it to you. It's in a drawer somewhere. I'm like going, whoa. I was like taken aback, and everyone was like looking at me like, shut up, Greg,
Well, obviously, he never read any of Stephen Covey's works.
No, and I'm a Franklin Planner carrier too. I love Stephen Covey, right? The 7 Habits of Successful People. And anyway, guess what? The company got kicked out of the United States.
Yeah,
lost their license. So I had the irony, right?
Yeah,
that was kind of like, maybe if we had some like controlling vision kind of documents, you think we might still be in business in the United States, maybe?
Yeah.
No. So I was I thought we were going to have some type of vision helping traders access the market to become better traders. I was, kind of a idealistic.
There's nothing wrong with that. The world has a way of beating that down, though.
Right. Right. You're like the odd man. I'm thinking, hey, corporate structure and vision. I never worked I worked in public education. So I know about companies and stuff like that, but I never been in one. Right. And so I was working in corporate, the trader, brokerage, Wall Street. I thought, okay, well, this is some of the stuff I learned. I learned about vision statements and mission statements. And they said, that's a bunch of BS. Like, oh, okay. Let me just be quiet, But they were nice. It was a nice company until they went public. When they went public, then it became, the bonuses disappeared and the picnics disappeared and the office parties were less lavish,
The bean counters take over.
Right, the bean counters. He even said things are going to change because we were public. A lot of things, the bonuses, we get like $20,000 bonuses. And the gas prices went up. They say, oh, we gave you a special bonus, so you offset the gas. We'll give you extra $100 in your paycheck to offset the gas price. When the gas prices went up, remember oil was like $190 a barrel or something like that. Well,
right.
Our company offset it with by giving us a little raise. I go, wow, that's a really cool company, real humane place. But the moment they went public, it was.
No, I admire companies that haven't done that, like Mars. They are still family owned. In-N-Out Burger, they're still family owned.
Or Johnson company, they make the
Johnson and Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, and there's certainly an advantage to that. It might not enrich you quite as much, but you don't have to put up with the government bureaucrats as much.
Right. And the demands of shareholders. We want to see consistent revenue growth and bottom line margins, and that
a lot of times those attitudes keep you from long-term planning because they're always concentrating on the short term.
Right. You're planning for the short term. You don't have any long term. That's what I like. They reverse. They go private. They go from public to private.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a breakout. Counter trend move against the trend. It's in trend. Breaking the trend line. I don't know. The moment it breaks out, it's already overbought. The entry, if there was an entry, it was right there. And there's food in there. There's 3 pips in that, right? But you can, even though we have all green, the price action is really just not real clean, right? I pull back 27 to, trend line break, color change. I don't know. 28, 28, 28. It just broke a high. It's just, I don't know. February. Maybe I'm biased toward February. I need to change my questionation. I'd say the affirmations, my questionations. Why do I love trading February? Why is February such a profitable month for me? I just don't like buying high in stochastics. It's just, I'm such the cheapskate, the buyer on the dip. I like getting stuff undervalued. That's the whole part about investing.
You know what you're doing. That's why I come every time.
Yeah, I mean, I lower my position size a lot, right, and get long, and then have my stop loss below the low of the candle, maybe 2 candles. Let's see, look at that, and then try to get. I mean, now it's like, okay, yeah, I could buy a slushy with that, right?
That's why I enjoy being able to be in these sessions, because I'm trying to see these charts the way you do. So that's why I ask all these questions.
Oh, I love them. Oh my god, this is great content. This is great. I want questions. I use it's I was watching Gutfeld the other night. Because they had the big so he's in New York, right? And they had the big snowstorm in New York. There we go, big snowstorm in New York, right? Yeah. So he had no audience. So he would tell the jokes and the things, the funny little cartoons and stuff, funny little scenes, and it was quite. They don't use canned laughter like Jimmy Kimmel and those guys, Right. It's a live studio audience, so there was no laughter there, and it was like I could tell he was kind of struggling with that, not having that audience feedback.
Oh yeah, it's when I was a professional musician, you get so much energy from the audience. We didn't like to play to an empty room.
No, and no, even when I taught school, don't you want a smaller classroom? It's like, yeah, I mean, you get individualized attention, but if you don't have a certain number of kids, like probably 30 plus, 28 plus, they just don't. They get really quiet. They don't do anything. You stand on your head, you spin around. I mean, I would stand on top of the desk like Robin Williams in the Dead Poets Society, and
I've heard of some experiments of the school going back to mixed grades because they've discovered that the younger children actually learn quicker because the older kids would help them learn new things. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I know there was some experimentation going on to get back to the old schoolhouse type.
The old one-room schoolhouse, right? They got, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh grade, all in the same room, right?
Yeah. And they were talking about how they felt like it has a possibility to accelerate younger people's learning because the older kids start trying to help the young kids learn what they've already learned. So I don't know. It's interesting.
That's what they did in California. They segregated the second language learners from Mexico, from South America or south of the border. Anyone that spoke a second language, they put them in a separate category, a separate classroom, and before they mixed them together, so you had the kids that spoke English, or they're black or white or whatever, or Mexicans or Hispanics that spoke English. Well, they were mixed with the guys that didn't speak English that well, and they were learning from each other because they were like playing. They go out and play games. They were friends with each other. Sure. But they separated them, and now you have all these people who don't speak English, and all they associate with people who don't speak English.
Right.
And since you didn't have the same class with them, or the same PE class with them, or anything, you didn't associate with them. You know who they were. At least you had like
separation doesn't promote assimilation. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness, I fought, and they gave me all Hispanic kids. They put all the black kids in another class and put all the Hispanic kids in one class. And like the previous years, I had lots of redesignation, kids going from English from ESL to FEP. They're fluent English proficiency, FEP. We had the highest redesignation on our group, and my wife was a teacher too. So my second wife was so we had the same group of kids, and they mixed with other kids, and they were redesignated from ESL to FEP. Well, FEP they don't get, once you become fluent English proficient, you don't receive special money, right? As long as you say ESL or migrant, as long as you have a label, labels equal money.
And that's unfortunate, really.
If you can get somebody that's autistic, they get extra money. If they're ESL, they get extra money, right? If they have a disability, if they have anything different, they give them extra money. If you're a regular kid, you get no money. So we're always doing testing, trying to get someone designated so they can get, I mean, if they become special ed, they get they get money.
Yeah.
They get extra money, and the school gets extra money. And we were changing test scores with our concept to the point where it was dangerous. The school says, we're going up in our test scores. Let me get stopped out. We're going up in our test scores, and we're going to lose like $5 million in funding, Mr. McLeod. I'm going, oh, what does that have to do with me? Well, you know what you got to do. It's like, okay, I think I need to get out of here,
Yeah, it sounds like the wrong incentives.
Yeah. See, when I was trading, I would put $100 bills on the wall, like Captain Ahab. I said, you read all these books. We have a book reading contest. And I say, read these books. Whoever wins the school book reading contest, I'm going to give you $100, right? And they they had to pass a little test. They read a book. They got to go to the computer and take a test, and the computer will test them on the books, right? So I had kids that were exchanging books with each other. They were getting kicked out of their class for reading in class. Such and such is reading, and he won't do my work. So you sent him to the office because he was reading? You're a sick puppy.
I think that's what the communists don't understand. There has to be a profit for humankind to be motivated.
Yeah.
That's normal. That's human nature.
Yeah. So we took the first 25 spots, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all Mr. McLeod class. And plus I gave a pizza party for everyone else who didn't win the top spot, right? And then a teacher walks up to me and she goes, Mr. McLeod, I heard you're paying your kids to learn. I go, yeah, I heard a rumor that they're paying you to teach. In hindsight, I just recognized that I was the right-wing conservative guy and all that back then. I just didn't know. I thought I was common sense, right?
Yeah.
Because all the teachers were left-wing lunatics. And so
I think that's the condition.
because that was shirt and tie. I had a briefcase. I was real square,
Yeah.
I ran it like a Michael J. Remember Michael J. Was Fox? He played the conservative in that sitcom.
Right.
Yeah. Profit and economics and independence and responsibility. That's how I'd run. I go, oh, this is different, right? I found myself sitting.
I would venture to say your kids probably did a lot better in life.
I see them on Facebook. They got families. One got, had a moved to Texas, moved to Grand Prairie, and got a house and BMW and boys in college. I heard somebody call my name, Mr. McLeod, and I go, oh, who knows me as Mr. McLeod in 2014, right? So it turns out to be this girl that was in my class. You've probably seen this picture 1,000 times, right? That's her in my classroom in 1996 in Watts, we did the Los Angeles Times Stock Market Challenge in 96.
You were ahead of your time.
Right. And we didn't have, computers. I mean, I have a few computers, but they did it by newspaper. They were looking at newspapers and doing a story. But see, we have mixed class. We had Hispanics and blacks in the same class, and they broke that up. And that's her in 2014. And her son's enrolled in college. And, she lives in Grand Prairie. She sent me a picture of her BMW in her house. I'm like going, look at you from South Central, from Watts. And she says, all that stock market stuff you gave me when we were little, when we were junior high, I kept all that. So she kept all that stuff all those years for 18 years.
That's very gratifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, I had some real sharp ones that were killed in gang fighting. I mean, he was smart enough to actually become leader of the gang, but when they killed his brother, he actually went on to try to go on revenge to avenge his brother's death, and he wound up getting killed himself. But his name was Keywan Bullard, and so he was leader of the Grape Street gang. I'm like, oh wow, he became leader of a gang. That's interesting. He did become a leader.
That's too much an unfortunate story around.
Well, we thought we had a cooperation with a school in Mexico. We could send one kid to Mexico. And Kiwan was he was smart. He tested high, right? He tested, and so what we did was, I go, we need to get him out of here. We're gonna need to ship him off to Mexico for a month. And so I got all the teachers to sign off on for the recommendation, and that, and then the lady goes, "Is this kid bad?" "Oh no, he's an angel." I said, "No, we want him to go to Mexico." So we shipped him off to Mexico, and he came back. Oh my God, he says, "Oh, the people there are so nice and friendly." Because there's escaped slaves fled, and a lot of them went to Canada, but some of them went to Mexico, to Oaxaca.
Okay.
Oaxaca has an African population, and so this was a way of meeting those descendants of the people that fled south of the border. And so he got to stay there, and they had just had a flood, so he helped rebuild the walls and handing out relief supplies and stuff. So he came back very changed. I mean, he took the center of the classroom and started talking about how the people shared food. They weren't greedy. If someone didn't have something, they gave, and that's a little different than the ghetto culture. You keep, right? So he learned that by going. I thought, oh, this is going to be a big change for him, right? That if we could send kids to like boarding school somewhere else, they can experience another culture and come back with appreciation for the United States. And but unfortunately, he died in that gang shooting. So we couldn't save all of them, but we tried.
It was good work. You did what you could with what you had.
Yeah. It was like Donald Rumsfeld said, you can't fight with the army that you want. You got to fight with the army you've got.
So true.
The guy was complaining that, "Sir, we don't have enough up armor, for the roadside bombs." Oh, look at that. Oh, late on that one, but I got the trend line, this resistance. So we're going to pop out of this. Or I could double top there, right? In this. Yeah. Well. Wow. They stopped that again. Wow. Well, I'm glad I lowered my position size. It didn't hurt that much. This was, look at that.
It's going sideways.
Yeah, sideways consolidation. Everything's got to run its course. Who hasn't euro pound? I don't want to trade that at all. Look at that. Divergence is everywhere, right? Dollar, Kiwi CAD. Yeah, we had a nice run from here to here. That was 27 to 32, 5 pips there. We had nice. The south side run was incredible. The north side run was catchable. 8 o'clock money train. That was 8:11. It ran, and the retracement was just this. You don't know what's the count on that, something weird like Aussie Kiwi. Ooh, look at Aussie Kiwi. Now, that is what you want, right? I just gave up. I looked through everything. What haven't I looked at? Well, Euro, pound, and Aussie Kiwi. And that was,
that was a good one.
Look at that. That was like, please, come on now. That was like free money for hours of fun, right? Hours of fun for boys and girls of all ages. Batteries not included. Look at that. And this they never used to run. I mean, if you look at some history of Aussie Kiwi, it's just like static. Yeah, see, you can see it. It doesn't run that often. On the 15-second, it does. Look at that. Where was this? February 25th? Wow. See, that was mess. And then a nice run. Yeah, this thing is starting to run. Whatever. That's a run. This is a run. Higher time frame. What was going on in the 30-minute? Did we have something? Look at that. This is some pretty 30-minute price action here for Aussie Kiwi. That was we did a survey, or the brokers did a survey back in 2012, and it called it 12 most profitable or the traits of a successful trader. Traits, that's what it was called. And they did a survey of all the currency pairs that everyone traded, and the number one currency pair people were profitable was Aussie Kiwi.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, and because it's really rangy. When it ranges, the ranges go for so long, then you get a breakout, right? So you might get this long range. Look, for me, 3, 4, 5, divergence, A, B, C. Later, it breaks out from that box.
That was over about 2.5 days too, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could just, right? Bought support, sold resistance, bought support. Now you try to sell here, you got clobbered, right? It broke, and yeah. So it'll base for a while. And then break, right? So it's a matter of if you had alarms on I put alarms on moving averages. Right?
But look, when it's ranging on that 30-minute chart, isn't there still trades possible?
Oh yeah, long here, short here.
So you might try some of those trades on a range in 30-minute.
Yeah, and see what I would do is I have another template called the bounce house. This was the old Forex cash machine strategy.
I'm looking at that.
We had the low volatility. I mean, we had low volatility. I mean, everything was flat for like months. And then even Kathy Lean wrote an article. Also, like Forex, because of decimalization and computerization, the Forex market is dead. And then right after she wrote that, we had this massive breakout, 2008 breakout, right? So the moment you say, oh, well, this market's dead, and then bam, it broke out north, right? So you would, I guess, Ichimoku cloud through here too. But once you've got extreme moves to the Bollinger Band, you get long, and then it gets to the extreme of the Bollinger Band, you get short, long, short. And then what happens is it starts walking the band, breaks out from the band and keeps walking against the band. There's like 3 bands.
Yeah.
And then you see when it narrows, Bollinger Band is compressing. That's going to lead you into a breakout. And then boom, break the band, see explosion. Whoa, right? Narrows, consolidation, break, right? They get these almost like the guppy, right? Lots of moving average, all these 20. These are all 20 periods, but they're 2 standard deviations up 2, 4, and 6 standard deviations from the mean from the center.
Okay.
So the center is a 20, and all these are 2 standard deviations above and 2 standard deviations below. So when you see like an extreme move push in a ranging market, you just fade that and like a rubber band. It's Bollinger Bands. Hit the band, they'll snap back to the middle, right? Until it starts walking the band, and you try to buy the, oh, let me go ahead and buy it. And he just keeps going and going and going, right? That's what it starts trending, right? But you get that consolidation, boom, then you get that snap, and then it hits the upper blue band, and it usually comes back to the middle. And then, so where are we now? Oh, wow, look at that. Bands tightening. Yeah, so probably going to get some type of a, we can use Elliott Wave to figure out the breakout. Okay, well, that's with like wave 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, choppy 4, right? So maybe we get a 5 that pushes up to the right. And what we used to do is to dollar cost average into the into the pullback. So let's say it starts bottoming out, stochastics comes down. We would start adding orders, you know, keep getting, you know, we'll put maybe we'll put it. No, not that much. No way. Clear. There we go. So you put 1 on. Right. Oh, not that. That's way too small. Oh, okay. Okay, right. So you put 1 on. If it goes a little bit lower to the next band, each band you add on the band, right? And when it snaps back, well, then you can close them all out, right? So that's the this was our peanut butter strategy. We're going to buy limit right there and put a buy limit right there, right? So you got these stacking buy limits, right? And for our take profits at the old high, of the old band, that blue band there, right? Start walking through memory lane now. Like, peanut butter, because we were in such a tight market for so long, and people were, I mean, our salespeople had the system. The manager go, well, I'm going to trade Greg's system. I'll be right back. He would close the door, and then he would hit this peanut butter. It's called peanut butter and jelly, right? Because we had parabolic SARS on here too. Where's the SARS? Yeah. PSAR. Yeah, parabolic SARS. We had that on there too, right? So we had the. Did I put them on there? PSAR. Okay. There they are. See little dots underneath. These when the dots are on top, it's going, the moment price changes and makes a higher high, the dot will go to the bottom, and so it'll be an uptrend. I know it's a lot of stuff going on, but it's like you have these stacked buys where if price spikes down, it'll snap right back. So it's but I never sat through Aussie Key because it's like it really moves, and then when you watch it, it's like a turtle. It's not moving at all. It's like it's dead. It's like, it's broken. Maybe it's broken. I don't know. You say, then you look away, and it's like, no, it's 100 pips higher. Like, where did that happen, right? But see, every time we've got bottoms on the stochastic, it's at the bottom, just died. 5-minute chart's like dead, right? And so it might, so it'll be cool. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to screenshot it. keep a record of it, and we'll see how that. Oh, I need to put that take profit on that one too. This one too. So get them all out there, right? So the rubber band. Now this strategy broke down and stopped working when everything started trending. And that's when, people were adding to the position and it kept dropping and dropping and dropping. Because now it's trending, right? It starts to trend. Mixing higher, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. But if it's in a range, it's not making lower highs or lower lows. So you could stack it here. And then we would get large too. We would get like 1 million, 2 million, 10 million a clip. 10 million, it snaps back. And then bam, you make like, $2,000, And there was very little risk because this will could last for hours until you get the increase this move here where it's like, okay, let's take it short. And then sometimes the dealers would say, okay, we're taking it long, guys. We're taking it long. Okay. And we all just we get off the phones like going, okay, we got to trade our own account right now. And then boom, they'll take it back up, which is kind of cool when you have that kind of information, that level of information. I did take a screenshot. Right? So I'll spread these out just a little bit so I can see what the actual numbers are. Right. Yeah. So that'll be a nice little take home. It's almost like a little deposit, like you're depositing some money in, yeah, right? And then I think, do I have some old ones like this? Let me see if I can find an old screenshot. What's it called? Let's see, forums. I think I have. Forums. Oh, the Daily FX forums. That one. And that one usually takes me to our. So I was a forum moderator, and I had a system. Your settlement positions, Forex calculate. I mean, this is old. This is like, yeah. But daily. Okay. What was the name of that strategy? Oh, there it is. Bounce back. The bounce back system. There you go. One thing I did notice is some scalpers set 3 Bollinger Bands, 52, all these 53, 54, while others just use a standard 22. Yeah. So this is the bounce, the 2010. That was a long time ago. That were trend of the day, short-term strategies using market depth. And that was our, so 53, 53, 2, 3, and 4 on that. So that's what it was. Okay. Well, this will work, right? So this is a 22, 24, and 26 Bollinger Band. Well, anyway, friend, a little over time. I'm gonna go.
Hey, thanks a lot, Doc, for letting me chime in, and I really had a tremendous session with you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, I didn't know Jay was here. Wait a minute. And John was here too. Oh man, you guys are so quiet. Okay, I didn't see the name tags pop up. Oh yes, it is review. Oh yes, what you asked is being recorded. Someone asked that. Okay, awesome. Okay, well there you go. So we'll try again tomorrow.
Have a good evening.
Good night.